in proclamations, the word whereas means because, more or less. So when I say whereas, it means because, okay? So I want everyone to listen carefully while I read this proclamation from the mayor. A proclamation. Whereas, Binford Elementary School and the Lotus Education and Arts Foundation have been partners in multicultural and international educational outreach since 2002, and whereas, in their decade of partnership, Binford students, teachers, and staff have welcomed more than 15,000 students, teachers, and parents to their school for a truly unique and inspiring event, and whereas, Binford staff and administration have been unfailingly positive and supportive in helping plan and produce the Lotus Blossoms World Bazaars for MCCSC fourth graders and the entire community, and whereas, through Lotus Blossoms, Binford has hosted performing artists and cultural ambassadors from Canada, China, Ecuador, Ghana, Hungary, India, Japan, Korea, Mexican, Native North American peoples, Russia, Tibet, the United States, Zimbabwe, and many other countries. And whereas, students from Binford have been part of the bazaar through the multicultural Binford ambassadors of Jenny Noble Kuchera's English as a Second Language class, helping to create a play and learning station where they can share their cultures with elementary school peers. They have also joined with Robert Preboy's popular Binford Drum Group to perform musical selections from around the globe. And whereas, by hosting the Lotus Blossoms Bazaar, Binford has made this free event easily accessible to the Bloomington community. The bazaars have become a much anticipated annual event for people of all ages and backgrounds. And whereas, the Binford School community has helped further the mission of the nonprofit Lotus Education and Arts Foundation to create opportunities to experience, celebrate, and explore the diversity of the world's cultures through music and arts. And whereas, Binford and Lotus have worked together to help young people in Monroe County learn more about the amazing, varied cultures of the world, paving the way for a lifetime of learning and appreciation of other people and their customs. Now, therefore, I, Mark Cruzan, Mayor of the City of Bloomington, do hereby proclaim March 25th and 26th, 2011 as Binford and Lotus Days in the City of Bloomington, Indiana. So give yourself a hand.
Please welcome L'Esprit Creole.
I think Lotus is a really cool organization in the sense that it's able to reach out to other cultures, to other languages, to other forms of music and bring them here in a very tangible way. And that's what Lotus Blossoms is a very tangible way for kids who don't get to see anything other than TV, maybe radio, and the internet. You can kind of look at it, maybe you can listen to it, but you don't get to touch it. And Lotus Blossoms gives you actually the ability to go out and touch that culture. It's really been fun to watch them be excited, and this excites me, you know, to see them excited about the music and about the language and getting the opportunity a little bit from us. Hey, we even learn from them at the same time. When I look at them and I see how much energy they have, I'm like, okay, now I have energy too. When I was probably about 14 or 15, you know, I really kind of got interested in the in the traditions that are in Vincennes, Indiana. And I knew they had events like rendezvous there, and I knew there was a long history of the French in the area. I was just really burning to try to find somebody who actually spoke the language. And then finding a full-blown French-speaking Creole area in southeast Missouri that's related to all the French all over southern Illinois and southeast Missouri, the rest of southeast Missouri and southwestern Indiana, you know, in the 3 states. And so I hope the kids will maybe from our being here, will learn that there is a lot of culture even right here. There is more to the culture within just a few hours of them than what they even really know.
Over the years, as our programming has developed, and we've gone from just being a festival, which is a great thing, to doing more with educational outreach, I've come to understand my job and Lotus's mission as something that is this wonderful synergy between us as a nonprofit arts and education, multicultural arts and education organization, and a really special community that brings people together from lots of different cultures. And when we've done our educational outreach and we've developed relationships with schools and through committee work, we've brought all kinds of educators in and all kinds of people from throughout the community who become part of our planning process. That's a really rich experience for me, and it keeps me connected to my community.
Wadimalandi malandi malanga broya, wadimalandi malandi malanga broya, wadimalandi malanga broya, wadimalandi. And as they were teaching the songs, they taught the songs for all the different colours of the soils that are around. And they taught the songs for the insects. Wadimalandi malandi malanga broya, wadimalandi malandi malanga broya. And they taught the songs for the birds. Wadimalandi malandi malanga broya, wadimalandi malandi malanga broya. And they taught the songs for all the mammals that were in Australia, the kangaroos, the koalas, the wombats, the wallabies, the echidnas, the platypuses. These are the animals that all have pouches. And the old people sing those songs, and they tell the story of a huge flood that came to the whole world long ago in the dream time. Jalingi, jalingi, ja, nabble, nabble, jamming, jamming. Jalingi, jalingi, ja, nabble, nabble, jamming, jamming, jalingi, jalingi, ja, nabble, jalingi, jalingi, ja, nabble, nabble, jamming, jalingi, jalingi, ja, nabble, nabble.
What we do extends through the course of the year through our Lotus Blossoms program. So bringing essentially that Lotus experience into schools across the region. That's a very special component of our programming. It's grown out of the festival experience itself, but it's an opportunity for us to introduce children in rural and underserved schools and fairly homogenous communities to the beauty of what we do, the different cultures that we highlight and showcase through the festival. And the last few years in particular, watching young people that we know have grown up on the Lotus Blossoms program come to the festival themselves as attendees and audience members. So we know that we're actually nurturing a love of music and the arts, but also a love of different cultures and an understanding and tolerance of different cultures in the community around us. So that's very rewarding, and I think it's sometimes we forget that yes, the festival's here, and it certainly is the jewel in our crown, but we're actually building a kingdom around that amongst families and children across the region.
And this is the didgeridoo that's hollow. It's been eaten out on the inside by termites. It's just a hollow log. Didgeridoo, didgeridoo, didgeridoo. Listen to the song of the didgeridoo. Didgeridoo, didgeridoo. Listen to the song of the didgeridoo. The land is red, the sky is blue, the sound of Australia is the didgeridoo.